Hello there, Soldier Boy again. Hope you've enjoyed the other videos. Firstly, just wanted to say there was no manufacturer's video last night for the Manufacturer's Cup. There were server issues and for some reason none of it recorded. Don't know what happened. Finished 14th. It's a pretty good race as well, which is a shame. But this was me doing daily race A this morning in the Chevrolet. It's a nice car, bit slow, not as slow as some of the cars I've had in daily race A recently, but a little bit slow. Rubbish qualified time, a 1:42. Started me in, I think it was 8th, but lost a bit of ground coming up to the first corner. Of argy-bargy going on ahead of us. If you can hear background noise to the video, I apologise. My other half was homeschooling my little boy while I was having an hour on this, so that might be some noise in the background there. Going into the corner, managed to gain back some position. Now in 8th, bit of traffic which was holding me up. I'm trying not to force my way through cars, if you know what I mean. I'm trying to hold back if it can be, wait for proper overtaking opportunities. Be a bit more careful really, trying to avoid the penalties as the car in 5th takes one. I managed to go through a couple of cars, I don't understand why or how, but it worked to my advantage. Little argy-bargy there from Team Lovery Dejic. So I'm into 9th currently, sliding around the corner. Got that corner massively wrong really. The thing I found with this car, it does slide easily, but you lose so much speed by doing so. I played with the traction control quite a lot. I've had it all up to 5, all the way down to 0. I finally got the hang of it on 1, but it's picking your braking points and making sure you accelerate not fully and do it gently, feather the throttle kind of thing. As the video goes on, there's 3 races on the video. I will talk through my best lap just before the 3rd race. And that will explain a little bit more. I managed to do an amazing lap that I thought was amazing anyway. So we're just starting the 2nd lap. We're in 8th place, which I think is where we qualified. Bit of a battle going on though now. And this was my first race of the day. I was in the practice laps waiting for the race to start, which I think I had about 10 minutes, if that. I definitely wasn't into the swing of it. And whether I'm actually ever in the swing of it, I'm not sure. So now dropping down to 10th. First corner I found was an issue for myself. Just because I tend to be slower than everyone else in the first corner, I tend to brake and everyone else seems to carry on and can hold it into the corner. 8th massively goes off there. So I move up to 9th. A lot of the fast corners I found quite good fun with this car. Losing a bit of ground on the braking there. Trying to follow the cars through, trying to keep the slips from sliding out there, which is going to cost me some speed. But we're okay, we'll take 8th. Just trying to keep contact with the cars ahead, try and get a bit of slipstream. How much of an effect it has, I'm not 100% sure. But I found this was the kind of track that you shouldn't really go off, generally. And you can cut some of the apexes quite nicely to keep speed going. So crossing the line for the end of lap 2. And the start of the penultimate lap. Currently in 8th. Being squeezed a little bit by 7th there. I'm going to brake really hard. I think I did give 6th a shove there. But we're okay. Gained a couple of positions from that. I'm not sure if I did give him a shove or not, but little tap there, number 7, he's definitely forcing me off, or trying to. I managed to hold it, he must have braked into the corner. So now up to 6th. There was a penalty for the guy in 4th. And yeah, the guy behind us, he didn't brake in the slightest, as you can see. Luckily it ghosted me, because that would have been my race over more than likely. But he doesn't get... The new penalty system is very lenient, which I think that's what people wanted. but I think it's probably gone a bit far. I did say this in the video I tried to make last night, but I didn't record. But I think it's gone a bit far because, so I ghosted because he can fly through me. That should have still been a penalty for him, because in my eyes, if it hadn't ghosted me, which I've got no control over, my race is over. So that's the only saving grace. But he should still be punished, otherwise what's stopping him doing that again, kind of thing, in my eyes. Yeah, sorry about the sniffing, I've got a bit of a cold. Yeah. So braking for the corner, dropping down, 7th takes me under braking, which is really bad. And going towards the line for the final lap. We're currently in 8th, which I'm pretty sure is where I started. I wasn't paying too much attention to the start of the race, to be fair. I was trying to talk about the manufacturer's race instead, which it's a shame it didn't record. It was a really good race. A lot of fun for myself. And it's nice to see that same track is now Daily Race B. So my aim is to get a couple more videos out this week. I've got the Nations Cup tomorrow night. Unless I've got my days wrong again, I can't remember. This isolation's now, I'm on day 7, it's now doing my head in, and I'm losing track of days. I think it's tomorrow night, and then Manufacturers Cup the day after, but I will try and get them out, and I've got to try and get the daily races out, the B and C as well. It's just trying to find the time really at the minute, but I'll try and do what I can. So 7 has gone off and ghosted. He stays ghosted for us, luckily. The difference between what I was saying before about going through someone ghosting and how that should be a penalty for the car that goes through them is he was near enough stationary. I think that's a different kettle of fish. Whether the computer can differentiate between the two, not 100% sure. But in my eyes, yeah, if you're not braking for a corner and they have to ghost the other car, you should be getting penalties. In my eyes, anyway. That's what I think. I could be completely wrong. So we're currently in 7th, and I don't think we're going to gain anyone here. For what I did find, slipstream is there, but it's limited. It's not massive. I think the speed of the cars affects the slipstream, to be fair. So we finished in 7th. 7th place. We qualified in 8th. 7th place. Can't really complain. First race of the day. You know, it is what it is, unfortunately. But it was alright. Just getting the grips of the car and the track. I haven't really done this track, so that I remember. So it's just a case of just trying to practice a little bit. But my safety rating is back up to an S, as you would have seen if my video recorded last night. And my first clean race in a row. So I'm hoping this would actually help my safety rating stay. So we improved their lap from a 142 to a 141 for the second race. This was played straight away afterwards. I did the practice between races while the qualifying bit while I was waiting for the race. I think I had 8 minutes, 5 or 6 minutes, something like that. It's quite good that you finish a race and there's one automatically. But yeah, I improved my time by about a second and I qualified in 8th again. Didn't get the best of starts. There's a couple of other British drivers in this race. Losing time and position to quite a few cars from the start, so I really got a poor start. I braked for the first corner and lost even more positions. I'm now down to 11th from 8th. There's cars not braking, as you can see there. Car squeezing himself through. I think it's a Swiss guy. I think Swiss. I could be completely wrong on the flag. Yeah, he wasn't stopping. There's number 12 who we take, but he obviously didn't see anyone next to him, didn't have radar on. You know, this is all about driving properly and seeing who's next to you. You can't turn in if a car's there. That's just ridiculous in my eyes. But no penalties for either of us, and safety rating goes up. Here he is, taking a bit more speed than me into the corner, let's say. But I've got a better exit out, but I was straight behind his boot, and I just couldn't go anywhere. Managed to take a couple others though. I've found when I brake, compared to when others brake, I carry more speed, or can accelerate quicker. Does that make sense? I have found that the race before this one and this one. So up to 10th, we're still down on our starting position. But we're just behind him, see, we have more speed, but I have to kind of slow down because I don't want to go into it. It's kind of the wrong place to try and overtake. Final corner for the first lap coming up, and this is a very tight corner. I've got pushed, and he gets a penalty, which is fully deserved in my eyes. I braked at the right place for the corner, and he just wasn't braking. He used me as his brake. Luckily, I didn't get a penalty, which the old way, the old system, it probably would have penalised me. Instead, it's messed my race up a little bit. I've only dropped a place. And luckily for us, there are penalties ahead, so we should be okay. And that's what I mean by looking the car next to you. So I knew he was there, but he just kept turning into me. I kind of tried to give him space, but couldn't go around the corner if I wasn't careful. So up to 10th. 9th and 8th have both got penalties. Cutting the corner nicely. And although this corner doesn't have braking cones, you find you have to brake quite heavily for it. Well, that's just me. 10th has come back as Vagwan, Irish, if I'm not mistaken. There's the penalty car. I tried to avoid the ghosted car just in case a young ghost right in front of me. So now up to 10th. That's on the Irish guy, Vagwan. Trying to battle it out for the corner. I'm right on him there. I got the better line into the corner, but I've had to go off the accelerator just to avoid hitting him. I think there's a little bit of a touch, but nothing major. Braking for the corner. And we're still... See, we carry more speed. If you see I've managed to close the distance massively. I did touch him there, but I was sliding. I couldn't avoid him at the time. So yeah, we tend to carry more speed after the corners because of the way... Unless their traction control's on high, and that's why they're struggling to speed out the corners. I know that does affect it. So yeah, if you're watching this and you're not aware of that, the higher your traction control, the lower your speed out of corners. So although you will gain grip in the corners, you sacrifice exit speed. And that's something I've learned over time. For those who've been playing a while, you probably already know that. Braking for the first corner. Trying to take 9th. We want 9th back. There's penalty for 8th as well. That's the Swiss guy. We're straight on Vagwan's boot there. Trying to join him in the passenger seat, I think, really more than anything else. He's very slow out of corners, and it could be his traction control. It could just be the reasons, the way he's driving, the not getting on accelerator quick enough, and that kind of thing. But yeah, so we're going to take the Swiss guy. So we've gained a place up to 9th. We're still one down on our qualifying position. Taking the corner better than we have done previously, and we've got more speed again. We're gaining on Vagwan. It's kind of the aim now to get past him. Braking for the corner. Braked a little bit too heavily. You notice how far he goes ahead, but then he goes really wide onto the grass, and you're massively slow if you go off circuit. And to be fair, you shouldn't be going off circuit on this one. There's one corner where you can take a really wide line, but other than that, you shouldn't need to. Most of the circuit's quite open and easy to navigate, to be fair. So we're back up to our starting position at 8th. 7th place has gone off, and he's got himself a penalty. And we are just behind him. Got a little bit of a gap to get Vagwan. I'm hoping I'm saying his name right. Weird name for an Irish guy, but you know. Braking for the first. Guy in 7th takes a very weird line through there, whereas we try and keep it tight to get back on, to get the apex correct. He manages to take it. He's got a 5-second penalty though. That will help us. So we don't have to be right on him to take the position really. I think you got the 5 second for going into the barrier. That is the thing. You hit a barrier here, it's a 5-second penalty. So that's the thing to avoid. Do not hit a barrier. That is your race over. So we're going to take 7th position. So we're now 1 up from qualifying. Should take all day long. And we're gaining on 6th. The other British driver. Take the corner nicely. I still don't know names of corners and I don't know the track, so I do apologise for that. Two apologies, I was told off on my comments by someone I actually know apologising too much. Yeah, bad habit. I've always done it. Yeah, I'm going to try and get out of it. It's not always that easy. Especially when I started the video by saying about the video from yesterday I didn't record. But I'm trying. So here we are, we're still chasing down 6th, the other British driver, on the final lap. So this is the final corner of the race. We've got to hope he makes a mistake here and we take it better. We've taken it quite well, but we're still behind him, and these cars don't catch very easily unless you massively mess up. It's very difficult to catch someone. So I think we're going to cross the line in 7th place. Not bad, one position up from where we were previously. No penalties. And that's the one thing I do like about Daily Race A. If you've got a bad driver rating, a safety rating, Daily Race A is the race to be in. There are very few penalties. Whether that is because of the new penalty system, I'm not sure. But there are very few penalties. So definitely take advantage of that to get your safety rating up. Second clean race in a row. So we're going to now talk through my fastest lap. So I'd already improved. So this is the first corner, braking heavy, coming off the brake just at the first cone there, feathering the accelerator to then try and get round this corner without having to brake. This is what I found worked for me. I just thought this was, I really impressed with myself. I thought I'd talk through it. And you're full on accelerator at this point, because the grip will slow you down. I brake for this corner. I've noticed some people don't. Didn't take that as tight as I could have done. But straight on the accelerator again. But always, I'm not fully depressing the R2. It's slowly in to try and get the maximum out of it. Head for the cone straight forward, then brake when you hit the double cones, if you're using cones. And then again, slowly on the accelerator, but enough to keep you going forward. This bit, I've had a trick. Let go of accelerator, brake at the cone gently, and then accelerate. I found that was giving me more time. This is all full throttle for here. You should never need to slow down on this bit. And you can go wide here. It doesn't affect anything. There's quite a good runoff. Still full throttle. Not even braking. And yeah, still full throttle. Double cones up here. Brake heavy. Let go of the brake just as you kind of see the apex. And then turn in. And again, accelerate. You're only just going on it and then full. I was finding that was helping my wheel spin a bit. And you'll see the lap time as we cross the line. For 1:39.4. The best times in the world, I think, are set at a 1:35. 4 seconds. I was really impressed. And then going to the third race, pole position. I think I've only ever had one pole previously. Or maybe I've not. I can't even remember now. But yeah, pole position. That was one hell of a lap. That's why I thought it'd be nice to talk through it. We bogged down on the line. We definitely don't get a good start there, and we got rammed from behind, which actually helps us project us forward. But first place is odd here because you're in the wrong line for the corner. So I've braked for the corner and I'm being squeezed by everyone, left, right, and centre. There's a car ghosting halfway through me. Yeah, I'm being squeezed. Cars are pushing me. I've got nowhere to go. First isn't the best sometimes. I got knocked off the track there by the French guy, and we've dropped from first to 8th. All because you start on the wrong side of the track. It makes the first corner difficult, and you're just surrounded by everyone very, very quickly. Just into 7th place currently, although it's a fight between us and Clements Ross. We're going to brake for the corner. Whereas everyone else, some people are braking, some people aren't. We take it nice and tight, and we're feathering the accelerator again, and then back on it. We're still in touch. It's just from a pole position to 8th isn't good. Braked a little bit too heavy there, so we've let the car behind us catch us a little bit. But we've got a good line coming out of the corners. We're really pushing, and that's probably not a good thing. This is where I got a little bit. I wasn't as relaxed as I normally am. I really swung the car out. I lost a little bit of safety rating along the grass, but no penalty. Very happy about that. We're being overtaken on the outside there. So Shadow BC 123, braking for the final corner. Ninth has gone off. We're taking it quite nicely, but he's still got a little bit ahead of us, so we're now down to 11th from pole at the end of the first lap. That is not good. After all that effort in qualifying, that is a very poor lap for myself. But yeah, we were just smothered on the first corner. So my advice, nice overtake there, 2 cars taken into 9th. My advice, from what I've personally found, my own personal experience, is don't qualify in pole position for this. Personally, I think 2nd place is the ideal position if you can get it. 2nd or 4th, because you have the better line into the first corner. If you think differently, let me know. But yeah, personally, that's what I found. So we're currently in 9th. Braking for the corner. There's 3 cars ahead of us. Battling out. We've got a lot better exit speed on that corner there, especially from the French guy who nudged us off earlier. I think he went for a lunge there and missed us. We're now following the German. I'm going to take the corner a lot better than I have done. Yeah, I think he went for a lunge and then bottled it, which I'm glad he did. But we're now into 8th, which has been my normal qualifying position. I'm right behind the German. Couldn't take him on the S's. I'm calling everything S's now, I've noticed. So I've had to back off a little bit, which has lost us a bit of time. Shadow 123 decides to go through us. That's okay. We've kept our position into 8th as we finish the 2nd lap. We're still in touch with the people ahead, so it's not all bad. But from promising pole position, yeah, it's not good. But yeah, it's kind of made me not want to do any more qualifying now, because I don't want to go faster. I don't want to get pole position at this point, because I just think it messes you up. But I could be wrong. It just could be I need to head more to the right from the start and try and force that issue. Be more aggressive maybe. And the starts on this car are very difficult to get right. It's not like I'm used to. I was getting some really good starts previously, but waiting for the one to disappear, full acceleration. This car is not good off the line. But we're still into 8th. We're still in touch with the cars ahead. I should be behind the car in 7th to keep the slipstream. I'm not, because I'm aware of his braking point being different or early. We've got a decent line into the corner though. But then the traction control kicked in and that's slowed us down a bit. Yeah, if you can avoid the traction control hitting, I know this is all full of advice and I don't really know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm trying to, as I learn it, portray that. But yeah, I've noticed if traction control comes on, you lose speed. The aim is don't let traction control come on. Cross the grass though, but we take 7th and we're allowed to keep it and no penalty. So that's not too bad. He won't be happy with us, I don't think though. Final corner to the end of the 3rd lap. 5th is very wide on the corner. And that's the other great British guy. We're just behind the German there. Trying to keep on his tail. I am trying to keep in the slipstream now just to see how much difference it makes speed wise. Braking for the first. This is now the final lap. We are right on his tail. There's a group of them ahead of us as well. We need him to make a mistake, but then I made a mistake into the corner. I went far too deep, which caused me to have a slower exit speed, which is a shame. 3rd, 4th and 5th are now getting away from us. 6th is still slightly, but we take that corner a lot faster than the 6th. Got a little bit sideways. Take the corner nicely, but he's got a better exit speed than us. Got a bit of a gap to the car behind, so we are safe in 7th currently. Apart from dive bombs, obviously, that will change things, but currently we are safe in 7th, but we are trying to catch the group ahead. There's 5 cars ahead of us, so potentially we can still get a podium here, but they all need to battle and make a mistake. We can always live in hope, I suppose. But yeah, currently my aim is 6th, trying to get to 6th, but he's got a very good exit speed, apart from he goes massively wide, off track, and I was going to say he gained an advantage, but he didn't. He got a penalty. So we'll take that. He's gone very wide here as well, and spun. So we've gained 6. Braking for the final corner. There's 5 cars into this final corner, all trying to take positions. I've managed to keep it on track. I'm in 5th. Remember, this is from pole, so this isn't an achievement in the slightest. I was on pole position for this race, but I'm in 5th, which I'll take all day long. And no penalties again. That's 3 clean races in a row, which I will never say no to. Safety rating definitely gains out of that. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Something a little bit different, showing off my best lap and talking people through it was a bit different for me. I am still trying and playing with different ideas, different videos to do, not just GT, also Rainbow Six Siege, Formula 1 I need to get back into, and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll try and get Nations Cup up, hopefully it records this time. And I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you very much. Bye bye.